Hey guys, we'll welcome you back to the mill today. This is a very important day. Been looking forward to this day for quite a while. I'm actually going to get on the big backhoe here, and we're going to trench a line from this building all the way over to our new kiln building, and we're going to bury the power line. Been looking forward to that, needing to get that done. So we're getting close on the building. It's down to the point now I need power to run over there, get my meter or my panel mounted, start running all the completed circuits. We're hopefully about a week away from turning this thing on. But we'll give a special shout out today to our sponsor for this video, Hajoka Plumbing. I know you've seen the banner up in a lot of our videos, and Matthew and I typically wear their hats. Do this for a couple reasons. One, my son's worked for them for 10 years or more now, but they are a major plumbing supplier. They've been in business since 1958. Most people don't know who they are, but I guarantee you, if you got a plumber, a plumbing contractor, if you ask him who this company is, they know who they are. They're the Lowe's, Home Depot of the plumbing world. They carry anything and everything, more than I could even imagine. You know, I've went through and walked the aisles in their inventory section. They got things I didn't know they'd made. But we just want to give a special shout out to Hajoka, especially the Hendersonville office, for sponsoring this video and helping us out with what we got going in the ground today, because we're going to be installing power line. I'm going to go ahead and install a water line, and also go install two hot lines for future expansion of hot water to heat this building one day. But we're going to go ahead and put it in the ground while we're doing it. But thanks for tuning in, and it's just going to be a lot of digging, guys. You know, that's how you put this in. You dig a hole, you put it in, you cover it up. But we appreciate you tuning in, and let's get to work. Okay guys, it goes without saying, if you got any kind of equipment around, you know, you got to maintain it, take good care of it. We're going to run this machine hard today, so I'm going to give it a quick once over, check the oil, hydraulic fluid. I give a shout out to Cat. They make incredible equipment, and compared to some other brands I've owned, they're a whole lot easier to just do your routine service on. Take, for instance, hydraulic fluid. I got a little sight glass right there, and it's a little bit low, so we'll go over there and put probably half a gallon of hydraulic fluid in it, and check the oil and transmission fluid. They make it pretty easy as well. Find the latch. And the other hole here on top is where we're going to put hydraulic fluid in. Like I say, they make a good piece of equipment. They make it, you know, easily serviceable. We've had this discussion about other pieces of equipment that are not serviceable, but give Cat shout outs. I mean, it's real easy. Open the hood. There's your oil. There's your hydraulic fluid, your oil fill. You got another hole for your hydraulic fluid fill and transmission fill. It don't have to be hard, guys, but it's very important you take care of equipment. So we're going to ask a lot out of it today. We're going to dig across this hard driveway. It's been driven on for years with gravel. We're going to have to dig through a gravel bed, but it's got to get done. So let's move over here and finish filling this up, and we'll move on and do it. Okay, that'll do it. Everything looks good under there. All the covers are tight. That's why you gotta check it. It held even more hydraulic fluid than I thought. It was 2.5 gallons, fill it up. But everything we hooked to it, you know, forks, bucket, this, that, and the other, things leak. Power steering leaks a little bit, so you gotta keep it, gotta add some, keep it full. Okay guys, we got it checked out. It's good to work today. I need to move one thing with the pallet, and then I'm gonna drop the forks off and go ahead and put the bucket on, because we'll need the bucket to fill the hole back up. But I gotta dig some fresh dirt over here. I'm probably gonna put some good powdery dirt in the bottom of the hole, cover the pipe and everything up with first, because I'm sure we're gonna run into gravel, rock, and everything. So just something you do. So let's go to it. Okay, on this cat, it's got a hydraulic pin lock, which is wonderful. It's got a button here on the dash. I can mash and it'll slide the pin back and forth. All you gotta do is, there's a hydraulic block out there with a valve. When I go back out there to hook the lines, I'll switch the valve back and it'll no longer be able to lock or unlock. It actually uses the same circuit that's on this thumb control. Right now, with the valve turned, the thumb control don't work, but the hydraulic lock and unlock works. So let me see if I can hook lines to it. Anybody's on a piece of equipment knows some days they go together, some days you go get a wrench and break a line loose, but maybe today's our lucky day. Okay guys, we're set up here in front of the kiln. Before I poured the concrete, I put in a piece of conduit, and I know it's a little hard to see, but it's sticking out of the ground over there, so I'm gonna dig close to it. And I got to be careful. I got about 10 foot of height here, so we're just gonna do a little baby digging until we get out from under the building. Then we'll get a little more aggressive with it. Okay guys, you can see we got our power run in. That line down there is for a thermostat switch. In the ditch, oh, run just a little short on insulation. We got two pipes insulated, one notch, power line and a thermostat line. We're going to be installing a water hydrant here. It's laying there ready to go in. Pull a little slack out of these before we cover them up. That's a lot in the ditch. That's why one reason we dug a bigger hole. Plus, I don't know if I mentioned it, but all this through the middle is landfill, and there's rocks and boulders and different stuff buried. I knew it wasn't worth the effort trying to trench it, but you can't put this much in one trench line anyway. But we got our trigger wire for a thermostat, got our power going in. I got 3 water lines here. We put a 90 on them, just run them up the wall, deadhead them right now. We're not by any means ready to use them today, but today's the day they got to get put in the trench. So that's what they're doing. They're getting put in the trench. We'll move these around a little bit, getting ready to cover up. I'll be covering this up with some of that real pink powdery dirt we had over there. There's nothing in it. It's real soft. Right here, some of it. It's like limestone that didn't stay under the ground long enough to get hard. It don't pack good. It's just powder. But it's perfect for this. It protects the pipe. There's no hard edges to it. We'll dump a few loads in on top of it, cover it up. There we go. Try to get this one water line shifted to the side because that's the one I'm gonna hook the hydrant to. The other two are just gonna be recirculating lines for a wood boiler one day, we hope. Planning for the future. Okay. There you go. We have walked the trench from one end to the other. It don't go without saying that we made a mess out of the Bearded Lumber yard, but it's got to be done. So let's see. Might as well look in here. We come through the wall with our 2-inch electrical connector, and here's our wires gonna feed the other building. Breaker's off right now, but need to get all that wired up. But calling for a chance of rain tomorrow, so it's more important to get all this in the ground, get it covered up. Okay, guys. Got busy and absolutely forgot to turn the camera on. Dad come by and helped shovel in some of the holes, and Lord of mercy, it's 8 o'clock now. It didn't take that long to fill it back up, but I had some regrading to do. I know it's hard to see on the camera, but I created a low spot between this building and that building to let all this water drain through. I'll do a little bit more, but that's enough for today. We put in, I don't know, 10 or 12 bucket loads of that soft dirt underneath and above the pipes and the wire when we put it in. So I ended up with a lot of extra fill. Spread it out here in front of the doors. It's it's half gravel, half dirt. Good stuff. It'll pack down real good. And got the box scrape out, smooth the yard around. All this is in. I just terminated my water lines and my heat lines to here for now. That's good enough. Falling out here. You can see we got our panel mounted. The wires in it. Nice project for tomorrow. I'm wore out today, but we're getting close. As soon as I sit down and do some wiring in this panel over here, we will have electricity. But yeah, I filled this up and I wasn't happy with it, so I just went ahead and ground. There's a foot or so of gravel here. It was hard as a rock. I had to take the little backhoe and just chip away at it, create a little swell. You can't fight rainwater. It's gonna go where it wants to. So got this side all filled back in. Got our water hydrant mounted here beside the post. There's a ton of gravel up underneath it, so it drains. There's gravel all the way out to here, so there's plenty of drainage under there for the water hydrant. Got our power terminated into the building here, and I just run the water lines and the cable up here. That's a project for another day. And in this building, here's our cable coming through the wall. All I gotta do is wire in the breaker. Here's a breaker for it, and we'll have power. But I'm getting ready to trip this main and leave it off tonight. I'll come back tomorrow and finish up. Guys, if you take on this project, just know what you're getting into. It's a pile of work, a very large pile of money, just keeps flowing out. But we're getting near the end. I think I hope by middle of next week, if not sooner, we'll flip the switch on this thing, put a batch of wood in there and let it run. But that's gonna do it for running a power line underground. It's just a nasty, dirty job. If it would just been a power line, Dad's got a trencher. I could have trenched it, but I had to get all that other stuff in, and I knew there was some fill out there that the trencher wasn't gonna dig through. Big girl here, she didn't have no problem. Dug right through it. But I appreciate you watching. If you would, please like, subscribe, and share. Share us to Facebook. If you got several hundred, several thousand people on Facebook, share it on Facebook. Tell them to check us out. We'd greatly appreciate it. And for all you guys that comment all the time, you know who you are. I greatly appreciate it. I love reading the comments. I try my best to answer every one of them. If you got any questions, shoot them to me. I don't know everything, but we can try to figure it out. But guys, I appreciate it, and we'll see you back at the mill. Thank you.